Okay, so let's try next coding problem. So open the leetcode.com and go to the problems tab and search here first bad version and hit enter. You could see the problem number 278, first bad version. It's come under the easy category, and it's actually an easy problem only. So let's open it and let's read the problem. So you are a product manager and currently leading a team to develop a new product. Unfortunately, the latest version of your product fails the quality check. Since each version is developed based on the previous version, all the version after a bad version are also bad. So basically, like what the first paragraph has been said, that like you are creating some product like version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, and at some stage you found like this is the that version is bad. But right, so there could be like the previous version also, but because let's suppose you develop 10 version, like version 1, version 2 till version 10, right? And at the 10th position you found some bugs, but till 9 you did not find that bug. But it could be the reason that 10th bug come from the ninth, and the ninth come from the 8th, and the actual bug will be like introduced in the version 8, but we caught it in version 10. We caught in version 10, it doesn't mean that it introduced in version 10, but maybe like the it like incorporated, like when the someone did the code changes, incorporated in the version 8. So we need to find the first bad version, right? So how to find like which is the bad version? Like, so they already have given some API, so is bad version. So we don't need to write this code is bad version. They have the inbuilt API ready for defined for you. Is bad version API is already defined for you, and this will take like integer as a version, and it will tell whether the particular version is like bad or not. So basically what we have to do is, as an example, so we need to find a first bad version. So we will given a value n. So we will given a value n. So n is given. N means, so the question has been said, let's suppose you have done 10 version, right? And one of the version is bad, but you don't know which version is the bad, and you need to find the first bad version. All right. So some number is given, like n, 1 to n number are given. So you need to find what is the first bad version. So what you will do, and we know how to find a bad version. We have some API already given is bad version, that is already provided by the Leetcode. So what we will do, as part of the brute force, we will run loop. We will check each element from 1 to n. We will check the 1. So we will call this function and pass version as a 1, and we'll check whether it is returning true or false. Let's suppose if version 1 itself return true, then just break the loop, because version 1 is the, because we need to find the first bad version. So in the question it is mentioned we need to find the first bad version. So if this API is returning true, and this API returns only the bad version. So if it is returning true, then 1 is the bad version. We are going to return the 1. If it is written false, then we are going to check next. If it is also written false, then we are going to check next. If it also written false, we are going to check until n. Wherever we find the first true, as soon as we find the first true, that is our bad version, and we will like break our loop. So let's try this question. So what we have to do is, we have to run some loop, like for I in range of 1 to n plus 1, because in the problem it is mentioned n is always less than equal greater than 1. So we need to run from the like if they given 5, so it means like version 1, it's not the version 0, it's version 1 2 3 4 5. So we need to read all version from 1 to 5. It means 5 plus 1 6. All right, then we will check if is bad. We will call the API if it is bad, and we will pass each element every like one by one. If is bad version, and this is going to return true. So if true, then our problem done. So we are going to just return I. So let's suppose like one itself we found. So we are just going to return I, and that's the end of the code. So that's it. But whether this code is being accepted or not, so let's try. So two cases has been accepted. Let's try to submit all the cases. So you could see out of 24, only uh, 11 test cases has been passed. 12th test case has been failed because of the large input. All right. And in the question, it is also mentioned that you should minimize the number of calls to the API. But in this case, we should minimize the call to the API. Which is the API? This API. So we should minimize the call of the API. And what we are doing, for each and every number, we are calling this API, like for 1, for 2, for 3, 4, till, and we are like, let's suppose n is the, like, we have given some this long number, and this is the bad version. So at least this is the first bad version. So till this point, we need to run the, like, API calls. Like millions or trillions of time we are like calling the particular API. So which is like a wrong, like a bad approach. So that's why we are getting the time limit exit. So we have to optimize it. So this solution did not work. Like the code is okay, that is not an issue, but it is not accepted by the Leetcode. So how to optimize? So we know 1 to n, like some number is given as 5. So the version should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the sorted array only. And we need to find something. So if the number are sorted and we need to find something, so the first approach come into our mind is the binary search. So what we will do, and we will do the binary search. So we will put, like, left as a 1, r as a n means like whatever the number is given. All right. And we will find the m. So let's suppose we have 10 version, n is equal to 10. So let's suppose n is equal to 10 is given. So this is the only input. It means there are 10 version which the team has been deployed. So 1 to 10. But we need to find the first bad version. But we don't know which is the bad version. So what we will do, we will put left pointer here, right pointer here, we will find a mid. Let's suppose if 5 is the, once we find the mid, we will pass this mid into the bad version API. If it is written true, it means mid is the bad version. All right. So mid is the bad version. So either this is the first version, or 4, 3, 2, 1 could be the first version, but definitely these are not the like the first version. So by this approach, by the binary search approach, we are reducing the number of API calls by 1 by 2 directly. Because if 5 is returning true, then either 5 itself is the first value, first bad version, or there could be any number before 5 is the first bad version, but definitely not the last one. Rest all are the bad version, but these are not the first bad version. So we are not going to check 6, 7, 8, and 9. We are going to check only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if it's returning true, it means either that is the first bad version, or the element between L and M. And the element between L and M could be the first bad version. So we will shift our R to M. Right? So we will shift our R to M. So now R will come here till this point at M point. And what the next condition? If it return false. So if 5 is not the bad version, it means our first version exists between 6 and 10. So if it is not the bad version, what we will do, we will increase our L to M plus 1. So that's it. So let's write the code. So what we have to do, we will take two pointer. So left is equal to 1, right is equal to n, and while if there is only one element, so let's suppose only one element is given, there could be one element like n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 1, then that is the only the bad version, because one bad version should be there. Like if n is equal to 1, then we are going to return left only. So while left less than right, right, we are going to find a mid. left plus right divided by 2. Sorry, left plus right divided by 2. Then we are checking if is bad version. We are checking mid directly. Let's suppose if it is written true, it means either that is the first bad version, or if mid written true. So where we are, if mid written true, either so mid is the first bad version or the element between L and M are the first bad version. So we are going to shift our R to mid position. So we are going to shift our R to, so right is equal to mid. Else, so if mid is not the our like if mid returns false, then the element between 6 and 10 could be like the first bad version will lie between 6 and 10. So in else we will increase our left to mid plus 1. That's it. And we are going to return the left. Why we are returning left? Because if it is only 1, let's suppose n is equal to 1, then this loop doesn't even run. All right. And it is going to return left only. So left is 1 because we are starting from the 1. All right. So let's try to run. So 2 cases have been accepted. So let's try to submit. So solution has been submitted, like and it has been accepted by the Leetcode. So like that is like very easy question we need to find. So we know like if it is sorted array, we need to find something. We will do the binary search approach, and also like we also see the linear approach as well. Like but the linear solution is not been accepted by the Leetcode. So that's the end of the video. Thank you. You can also try this question.